the rumor is that Captain America is off the market. Is that true?
Oh. Chris Evans is one of the very few celebrities who have never had a bad breakup. Most of his relationships have only lasted less than a year, with a few exceptions like Jessica Biel, Minka Kelly, and Jenny Slate. Chris and Jessica dated for 5 years, and they even discussed marriage. So what happened to the cute couple of the early 2000s? Today, we're diving into the era of flip phones, low-rise jeans, and poorly received flicks. The circumstances of Jessica Biel and Chris Evans' introduction are unknown. It's safe to say they probably ran in similar chic early 2000s young actor circles. The pair began dating in 2001, which for reference was the year Evans starred in and was best known for Not Another Teen Movie, a masterpiece on its own. And Biel was about 6 seasons into her tenure on Seventh Heaven. The cultural context should be enough to transport you to the land before smartphones and every step is known to the public. Because they were a relatively low-key couple that pre-existed current social media buzz, there's not a lot of confirmed information about their romance on the internet. Surely, both of their levels of fame weren't quite what they are today, so there's also that. In December 2001, Biel told Extra that she was very appreciative of all of Evans' training for the role of a hot jock with a heart of gold in the Not Another Teen Movie. He was pretty good before, but damn, he really got buff, she said. We mean, has she seen him in this little indie movie called Captain America? That same month, Evans and Biel were extremely affectionate on the red carpet at the second ever My VH1 Music Awards. 2 years later, the Lovebirds were still attending red carpets as one of the hottest couples in Hollywood. A couple of months later, they went to a cocktail reception hosted by LG Mobile Phones. Do you guys remember LG phones? Anyone? Then they were seen at a celebrity gaming tournament for charity, hosted by none other than Mark Wahlberg. Days later, they went to a party for the premiere of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which starred Biel. A very busy early 2000s couple, what can we say? Jessica and Chris were that super cute and super active couple who were always trying new things and would gush over their person in ultra-curated Instagram posts, if that was all happening now and they were in their early 20s. For instance, they went skydiving for Valentine's Day. Nothing says I love you like a life-threatening jump into the gloomy abyss. When they weren't adventuring, the couple was busy co-starring in poorly received films. In 2004, they co-starred for the first time in Cellular. Evans played a college student who had to rescue a school teacher, played by Kim Basinger, and Jessica played his love interest, of course. Speaking with Boston Magazine about what it was like working with Jess, Chris said, "You have to find a certain level of relaxation while you're trying to perform, and anytime you can lean on an existing relationship with someone, it's only going to help." Almost a year to the date that Evans talked to Boston Magazine, Biel spoke to Cosmopolitan about all the sweetest things Evan did for her. "When I turned 21, I actually awoke to find my bed covered in rose petals," she said. In the middle of the night, he had pulled apart at least 24 roses in all different colors and sprinkled the petals everywhere. He's definitely a keeper.
I am a romantic. I hope everyone has those experiences where you have, whether it's a date that lasted all night or a date that lasted 5 seconds at a train station, moments that were so personal and so special, it was hard to explain to somebody else.
Biel made herself sound like a lovely partner as well, explaining that she loved to take photos of Chris and his dog and enjoyed cooking for him. "It's old-fashioned and fun, and I feel kind of homemakery and great doing it," she said at the time. The relationship they had was drastically different from the one she had before. When asked if she's ever gone through a bad boy phase, Jessica said she learned her lesson and that she'll never do that again. It was sexy and mysterious, and it's like, look how cool they are, but it's just not worth it. The guy Biel dated was lying to her and accusing her of cheating, only for her to find out later that he was the one who was cheating. "He was putting it on me and making me feel like shit. I will kick a man to the curb." But then 3 years later, I was still with him. And then it finally just smacked me in the face, and I was like, I'm done. I'm over it. Chris Evans and Jessica Biel dated as they both were trying to ascend the ranks of Hollywood. They were both young and naive, but that didn't prevent the pair from discussing what a future together might look like. We always talk about it. We both want to be married, and we both want to have children. At that point, Evans came a long way from being dumped on his prom night. Can you believe that? I got dumped on prom. Heartbreaking. I can't believe it. Ruthless. Funnily enough, he's still good friends with the girl to this day. In 2006, the couple co-starred for the second time in the indie drama London, and they once again played lovers. Chris plays Sid, the drug-addled ex-lover of Jessica's character. They might have had a fantastic on-screen chemistry in the film, but Evans and Beale broke up only months after the movie premiered. Neither actor is particularly fond of discussing their love lives publicly, so we don't have a ton of clues as to what went wrong between the couple. We mean, just a year prior, Jessica had said that she and Chris always talk about marriage. Not long after splitting from Evans, Beale took up with this one fellow you've probably never heard of, Justin Timberlake.
Who?
After breaking up and making up in 2011, the pair wed in 2012. They welcomed son Silas in 2015 and Phineas 5 years later. After Beale, Evans dated actors like Minka Kelly and Diana Agron, and was rumored to have dated Sandra Bullock after her 2010 divorce. His connection with Minka lasted from 2007 to about 2015, but most of the time they were broken up. He was also briefly linked to Lily Collins and Elizabeth Olsen, though neither of those relationships was confirmed.
Hey, you two are supposed to be dating, are you?
Oh, we've heard
Well, we've
that.
been dating for secretly for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I remember
we're
sending
actually
you a
engaged.
text saying,
Yeah.
hey, guess what? Apparently we're dating.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, it's real exciting for
we
us.
kept it so secret, we didn't even tell each other.
He didn't have a long-term relationship like he had with Beale until he started dating his gifted co-star Jenny Slate in 2016, but they also called it quits a year later. He's really vulnerable and he's really straightforward, Slate said of Evans a month after they called it quits. He has beautiful, big, strong emotions, and he's really sure of them. It's just wonderful to be around. His heart is probably golden colored, if you could paint it. That's pretty much the most adorable thing we've ever heard, and we completely agree. They tried one more time, but alas, it didn't quite work out. The couple ended their relationship for good in 2018. However, Evans isn't discouraged. He's even more motivated to find the right one. I definitely want children. I definitely want a family. But you cannot put the cart before the horse, Evans said following his split from Slate. The family only works if it's built off the extension of the love you feel for a person. That being said, Evans has alluded to reasons his previous relationships have ended. In a 2013 interview, Chris admitted that he could be argumentative in his past relationships. Speaking of his character from the 2005 film London, in which he starred opposite Beale, the actor revealed that he related to his London character perhaps a bit too much. I've had those arguments with women. I've said those things, he noted. In an Esquire profile in 2017, Evans discussed the strain of his field of work on a relationship, explaining, letting someone go to work with someone for 3 months, they won't see them. It certainly puts the relationship to the test. Later, Chris admitted that retaining his independence is vital in a relationship as well. I really like to be with someone who also has their own thing to do as well, he told The Hollywood Reporter. If I'm with someone who just kind of adopts my life, that can feel a bit suffocating. He's not wrong. But reasons for the splits aside, Evans claims he's on good terms with all his exes. I've had no bad breakups in my life, he told Elle. Typically, if I see an ex, I give a big hug, and it's wonderful to catch up. If you're ever fortunate enough to love someone and have them love you back, it's worth protecting that. It's rare that someone can truly know you. That's all we have for today, Juicers. As always, thanks for choosing us. Which throwback celebrity couple would you like us to dive into? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Spread the word, and don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell for more celebrity stories. And we'll be right back. Be well and be kind.